Hi there and welcome. This is Vince of vinceprep.com and Agos Consulting. The Harvard interview, this is Harvard interview season. It's absolutely my favorite time of the year. I've been doing this work for 15 years, helping people get into Harvard Business School and other top schools. Of all the things I do as a task, as a service, Harvard interview prep is simply the most fun because I can be myself and just talk and have a fast-paced, realistic conversation. And so a prospective client recently contacted me and said, "Hey Vince, I've been invited for the Harvard interview. I'm surprised. I'm not ready. I have no idea what this is all about. How would you help me prepare if we were to work together?" So let me just answer her question with a video. First of all, the thing to understand is what's the interview designed to test. And what I love about Harvard admissions office is that they have the luxury of being able to be incredibly transparent because they have a very predictable model. They can pretty much expect that 9 out of the 10 of you that they admit are going to choose them. Ironically or interestingly enough, clients of mine that are double admitted to Harvard and Stanford are sort of 50-50. And so I don't know if that 9 out of 10 is going to stick, but so far I think it's holding firm and fast that they can still pretty much, even in this era of the dominance of tech and all that stuff, when Stanford's sort of ascendance, Harvard's still getting people who want what Harvard offers, which is a highly structured, highly predictable, consistent methodology and curriculum. Look, Harvard invests a lot in their curriculum. They invest a lot in their faculty, and they spend a lot of money producing their original cases, and I respect them for doing that. So back to admissions. The interview, and this is their words, not mine. This was a post from D. Leopold, the now former admissions director, a few years ago, that said very straightforward, the interview has a 50% pass rate. They're one of the few schools that can tell you that, again, because their model has been very predictable over the years. And so they can say, we're going to try to interview X many people, and half of X will be in our incoming class. And what they're testing in that interview is, can you thrive is their word, not survive. Survive means you won't fail, and people do fail because they don't talk. Can you thrive in that atmosphere, which is very fast paced? And here's the thing, I'm based in Japan. I'm wearing my Japanese sort of robe. It's cold right now, and I've got my Harvard shirt on. But I have clients all over the world. And so people are coming to me for Harvard interview training, not because of the English issue, but because of the sort of academic culture issue of an unpredictable, fast-paced, discussion-based, case-based classroom environment. And so if you haven't had the chance to visit and sit in on a class or two, make sure that you head on over now and Google Inside the Case Method Classroom. It's on the Harvard Business School YouTube channel, and take a look at that video. They will ask you, I think at the interview, if you haven't visited, if at least you've watched that video, and that you can really see yourself thriving in that environment. It is a very unique environment. I've been and sat in on classes at HBS for many years, since the 90s. I'm old. I have friends. My next door neighbor attended Harvard Business School, and I visited way back when, and sat in when he was a student. And even before I had any concept that I was going to do this for a living, I was a teacher at that time, a middle and high school teacher running a nonprofit. And I thought about MBA as a potential way to get leadership training for nonprofit management. I ended up taking another path, but I visited because I was sort of shopping around and I was curious about that atmosphere. So I've sat in on the class myself many times, and so I don't want to go too much into that. But first of all, understand what they're checking, and that's exactly what I'm thinking about when I'm doing a mock interview with you. So the question now is, how do I test that, or how do they check? And my metaphor here is ping-pong. It's like, we go to, I'm wearing my Japanese coat. One of my family's favorite things to do whenever we have a few days off is to go to onsen, Japanese hot springs. It's really a very special and unique part of Japanese culture. My whole family loves it. I really love it. And one of the things we love to do, in addition to soaking in a hot tub and eating good food and relaxing, is if there's a ping pong table, we'll go play a family game of ping pong. Me and my wife, or me and my son, or me and my mother-in-law. And it's a great way to spend time. And I was thinking about it last time. Ping pong is a great metaphor for the HBS interview, because she's going to hit the ball to you and you need to hit it back quickly and concisely. In other words, it's not, you don't keep the ball and dribble and give a 2-minute answer. You say, she says one sentence, you say one sentence. She wants to test your ability to have a natural, fast-paced, free-flowing conversation. She's not sitting there trying to listen to your 10 memorized answers. And that way of interviewing, that style might help you get into Kellogg. It's not going to work for HBS. The minute that she can tell that you're giving her any kind of memorized answer, she will, hit one fast and make you lose the serve and stop the rally, and start again. She will knock you off your speech on purpose, because that's not going to work in the HBS classroom. You're not going to be able to, the night before, stay up all night, read all the cases, and prepare the 3 monologues you hope to give. It's just unpredictable. That way of preparing and participating is not going to work at HBS. You can gather question lists, right? There are other consultants out there who will charge you more than me to tell you how bad you are, and then give you a 100-page Word file of past questions asked by this interviewer or that interviewer. And you can boil the ocean, right? You can try to guess, oh, my interviewer is so-and-so, and she seems to ask this question a lot. And you can prepare your answer to that question. That's probably not a bad thing to do in terms of risk management. But again, that's trying to game the system. It's not actually doing what they're. It's not that even that in itself doesn't prove that you can thrive in the case method classroom. So my interview style is very different, because I'm coming to this practice from improv. I'm an improviser. I'm an actor, and also I grew up with a lawyer for a father who cross-examined me and my sister across the dinner table my whole life. So I'm really good at asking questions, and I'm really good at asking follow-up questions when I don't believe your answer. That's a bit of a self-promotion sales pitch, but my personality and my background is actually uniquely qualified to do this, surprisingly so, right? I'm not selling the fact that I worked in the HBS admissions office, thereby giving you some kind of sense that I've got some kind of inside secret. What I'm selling is a methodology that is unique and I think uniquely well suited to this particular task. So that's how we check to see if you're ready to thrive in the case method classroom. All right, that's really all I wanted to say, was just to answer that question. It's not a short video, but I want to just give a comprehensive answer. As always, thank you for watching my channel. Please subscribe. If you subscribe, you'll be the first to know when I've uploaded a new video. That's the advantage of subscribing, and I really appreciate it. I do this as a free service. I love making these videos every chance I get. I'm going to sign off for now, wishing you the best with your HBS interview or whatever it is you're working on. Thanks again for watching. Stay tuned for more. Bye for now.